Welcome back, team. We'll deep dive a bit today and we'll understand how to provision a virtual machine and how to provision a database, and we'll try to understand how exactly we need to achieve this one, how you need to pass the variables, how you can output something out of it, each and everything we will see. Okay. All right, team. So for that, what we need to do, so always remember one thing, team. I'm just passing one Terraform link to you. So this is exactly the link of which you guys always need to follow. Okay. So this is exactly the Terraform documentation. Each and everything will be available here. Okay. I'm sharing in our chat. You can take a look. Okay. All right. So especially, team. So when you come for the Azure modules, you can see. Sorry, Azure modules. Sorry, just a second. Documentation. Yeah. All right. So okay, so when you go here, so firstly, for example, my next goal, especially I just want to provision a virtual machine by using a same service principal connection from the VM where we installed Terraform already. So to do that, you just need to come here, you just go there and just search for Azure VM. Okay, you just search for your module, whatever the module is really needed for you. You can see a lot of things here. You don't need to panic and all, but you need to find out your service specifically. So what exactly your service? So let me elaborate a bit here. Okay, virtual machine. Okay, I'm just clearly defining. See, I think it's identifying exactly. This is the virtual machine. Now, firstly, team, if you recall, yesterday we have created some main.tf. Okay, let's go back to Visual Studio Code. Just give me a second. Hope you are able to see the Visual Studio Code. Just a second. Okay, team. So firstly, what we need to do, I believe, just give me a second. Okay, let me recap. Okay, fine. So we are planning to provision a virtual machine. For that, you need to log into the virtual machine where the Terraform installed. Okay. So by using this virtual machine Terraform, I'm going to provision another virtual machine in the Azure cloud. That's what our goal, team. For that, just log into the virtual machine where the Terraform got installed. Just come here, team. What exactly we need to do? Especially here, you can see the main.tf, right? There is one thing called main.tf. This is what exactly yesterday we just played. Okay. So for corresponding to this one, I'm just going to your internet screen. There, I'm just going there to the Terraform module. Hope you are able to see the window, team, of Chrome browser, right? This one here, I'm just going there to the Azure RM virtual machine. There you can see, just copy the code. Whatever the code you are seeing on the screen, please copy that one. I'm copying as it is. Whatever the code is exactly available here. Okay, I'm just copying as it is. Just copy it and just go back here. And especially, I'm not touching the provider section. After that, you are seeing the resource section. I'm removing this resource. I'm just pasting the code whatever we got from the internet. Okay, as it is we got it. Now, if you go there and if you assess a bit here, what exactly you are trying to do, let me give a quick understanding on this. Okay, from here we pasted. Okay, this is a variable which you are defining with some name called prefix, and you are defining a default value as a tfvmx. That's okay. But on top of it, next one, this is the resource. Okay, let me just close all your resources so that you can have a solid understanding what exactly this script is doing. You see, this is what exactly you copied, team. This section is exactly the thing you copied. Okay, now what exactly the point I'm trying to highlight? See, this is a variable section. Okay, followed by there is a resource. It's a must thing exactly you need to define. And Azure RM resource group also, it's a keyword must be as it is, same like that. And this is exactly the variable section you can play. This is a variable name. Okay, you can play with this for sure. And if you go for the next one, resource Azure virtual network and the variable name, resource Azure subnet variable name, resource Azure network interface variable name, Azure virtual machine main. If you notice this one, team, you know one thing, you are trying to provision 5 resources. But if you recall, generally when you are provisioning a virtual machine in the cloud environment, any environment, generally you may just think, okay, we are provisioning a virtual machine, that's all. But behind all these resources needs to be provisioned or needs to be configured. To provision a virtual machine, you no need to create a virtual network group. To provision a virtual machine, you need a subnet which you need to launch. Where exactly we launch virtual machine? That is what, for that you need a subnet, right? And you need to launch a virtual machine, you need a network interface which consisting of your public IP and the private IP. So these are all the common things only. See, ultimately, when you are learning Terraform and the TerraGrant, if you have a proper view on the cloud environments, what exactly the services, it should be very easy for you to understand the concept team. Otherwise, little difficulty will be there, because if you don't know what is a subnet, we cannot do anything, right? That case is different. Oh, why we are using subnet, why we are using VNet, why we are using interface, these issues will come. Okay, so that is why we started our process, our program in order. Okay, right. Now, once you are done with this thing, now I'm just opening one thing called just resource group. Okay, if you see this one, see resource group, you need only two things which you know already. One is name, another one is location. Okay, that part you know that already. And if you refer this particular name team, there you are saying var.prefix. Okay, you should understand this logic also. Whenever you want to refer any variable, especially you need to use a var is the one exactly you must use. Okay, var.prefix. Var.prefix is the one exactly will be referred this particular value, tf-vmx. So this value is nothing but the tf-vmx team. That's the thing, exactly the thing happening here. Alright, location West Europe, that's okay, that's your call, not an issue. I'm just going for the next one. Next, I'm just going for the virtual network. Okay. When you go for the virtual network team, there you are saying resource Azure virtual network. Again, you know very well, this is the compulsory thing which you need to use it as it is. But this is a variable which you can play, not at all an issue. And if you come for the name, there you are saying again var prefix. He is using simply this particular name. What are the TFFX hyphen network? Okay, you are creating each and every resource in the Azure cloud by following some proper prefix. That is the thing exactly happening here, team. Okay, and followed by you're saying the address space. That's fine, that's really good. And this is the virtual network address space. And if you see there is a location, see, that's an interesting one which you should understand. Okay, if you refer sorry team, if you refer this one for location, he is not passing West Europe again. He's not doing that. Instead he's simply referring that value. How exactly is referring that value? Azure resource group dot example dot location. So meaning that, see, whatever you already defined, I don't want to pass the value one more time. Instead of that, I can simply reuse that. So that's exactly the thing, Azure resource group dot example dot location. This is a kind of a resource dependency which you are seeing at the moment, team. Okay, this is resource dependency, meaning that when this resource is going for the Terraform execution, first it will make sure there is a dependency. It is noting, hey, there is another resource called resource group. It will wait until this resource needs to be created. Then only it will go for the virtual network. So this is a sort of dependency which you are already keeping inside a code. Okay. All right. So the next one is the resource group. Again, resource group name also. He is not really worrying. He is simply referring this one, resource group dot example dot name. Okay. Module resource name dot reference variable dot exact attribute. That's exactly the syntax he's following. Even location also, resource name dot reference variable dot location. Okay, that's attribute exactly he's referring. All right. If you go for the subnet section, so same concept is same. See, I'm not telling you exactly what are all the attributes we should use. I'm not commenting on that. What I'm commenting at the moment, how he's using the code. That's what exactly I'm commenting now, team. If you see the subnet, you are saying some name. Okay, fine. Again, resource group name, virtual network name. See, virtual network, whenever you are creating a subnet, always you need a virtual network, right? If you need a virtual network, you need to create a virtual network first. That's why you are keeping virtual network here. And for that virtual network, there you are saying virtual network name is equal to Azure virtual network dot main dot name. So he is referring this one. So subnet will not be created. First it will create this particular resource, then only it will proceed further. That's a sort of dependency here. Alright, and followed by, if you notice the virtual network name, again for the virtual network name case also he is going there, virtual network name, virtual network dot main dot name. That's the thing exactly is referring. Address prefixes, that's okay, alright. And the next one is the NSA code. This is a network interface code where name, location, resource group, same concept here referred. And for that, I think name, subnet ID, private IP address allocation, these three are required. That's why exactly these things are being referred here. Okay. All right, team. The next one is the resource. This is what exactly your virtual machine is getting created. See, to create a virtual machine, you need a name, you need a location, you need a resource group, you need a network interface IDs, right? You need a NIC code, you need a VM size, and you need a what exactly the image model you are trying to create. You are creating a Ubuntu model, and also there is a OS disk, OS profile, and OS Linux configuration, and then finally the tagging. But the thing is, team, you don't need to buy ahead anything. Okay, no need actually, no need. But what exactly the thing you need to do? You need to always refer the documentation. Okay, that is the thing exactly. You need to go there and you need to copy paste here, and you need to sort out and you need to execute. That is why the Terraform become very easy to use. Okay, now if you just come here, team. So now once you are done with this your part, now what exactly my goal? My goal here is my goal here is Terraform init. Init is the one generally will submit. So first task, when you change any module or any resource, especially any resource, for example, later I will add one database to this, then again you need to run the Terraform init. What exactly Terraform init will do? The corresponding resources will be installed. Whatever the resources you are keeping here, those resources, libraries will be installed, and that particular installation will be locked. That's exactly the thing we understand yesterday also. That is the activity first we need to do if you change the code, especially on the resource. If you change some new resource, that's the best practice. Always you can go for the Terraform init. Alright, I'm just going further. There I'm just going for the Terraform plan. Okay, that's the next thing which I'm just attempting. So Terraform plan is the one which will tell you very clearly what exactly and what are the resources you are planning to create in the portal. That list it will provide you, team. Okay, but it will not do anything. It will not affect anything. It cannot change also anything. It will just tell you. It will just tell you. But see, if the bottom line, if you see 5 to admins, 5 resources you are creating. Agree that? We have already seen 5 resources are being placed in the main.tf. Now, if you go there and scroll up, there you can see first one is the network interface. That's Azure network interface, which is NIC code. There you can see resource group, subnet, and there you can see the virtual machine. Okay, and there you can see, these are all the part of the virtual machine inside part only. Okay, so those are all the things exactly you're seeing at the moment, right? Right, team. So once you understand about this particular part, now what we need to do, next one is the Terraform. See, it is clearly telling, please proceed for the Terraform apply. Okay, when you go for the Terraform apply, it will ask you the confirmation. It will not go immediately the moment when you submit Terraform. It will ask for the confirmation. Is that okay if we proceed? Yes, please. We are just telling please go ahead. Okay, if you go there and just say yes, automatically it is proceeding further. Just wait for a moment. I believe it will go there and it will start provisioning this component called virtual machine in your Azure cloud. That is the thing exactly will happen to you. Okay, all right, so just wait for a while. Let it create. Okay, let it create. If any error it will throw for us for sure, then we can take a look. We can wait for a while here too. Yep, apply complete. So there you are saying 5 resources got submitted. So that's exactly the thing which you are saying, team. Okay, let's go back, team. Let's go back to the portal. Let's try to see whether really it has created any new virtual machine or not. You can see TFEMX-VM is the one exactly being created, and it is under the running status. It is under creating status. Okay, let's wait for a while. So that this comes to running already. Now the point here is, a machine got created. This machine got created by the Terraform. So that's exactly the thing which you are sensing now. In some cases which you may need to do, one interesting one. For example, you want to delete this one. You don't need to come and delete here. You don't need. You can control that one again from your code itself. Okay, you can just apply the Terraform destroy. Terraform destroy will delete your virtual machine also. It will clean everything. Before going further, I just want to show you one thing. There is one file called TF state file. This is called Terraform state file, team. This is exactly the heart of your Terraform exactly. This particular Terraform state is the one exactly will define what are the resources exactly being provisioned. And this is the reference for Terraform plan to tell you when next time when you are trying to submit another one, it will tell you, hey, just adding this delta. This is the delta you are changing on top of it. It will clearly tell you. So Terraform plan will refer this one before displaying for you. If even when I apply the Terraform plan also, it will refer. But unfortunately, it was not there because first time you're executing, right? It was not there. That is the reason it showed very clearly saying that I took all the 5 resources I'm trying to create. Okay, that's the thing exactly you can notice. Okay, so now I'm going to do an activity here. Okay, I'm going to attach a data disk to this virtual machine. You know, a machine got created here, especially with the OS disk. So that is the part you know already. If you go to the disk, there you can see, hey, there is a disk which you are seeing in the OS disk, right, which got created already. Now, what exactly we are going to do? I'm going to add another disk for this virtual machine by using the script, not manually. I'm going to attach one data disk for this one, okay, for this virtual machine. So meaning that it's an existing resource. On top of it, we are just changing something, okay? We are just adding additional configuration. How to do that? Simple. You go to the Terraform, again, virtual machine data disk, okay? So, see, this is the one. See, Azure virtual machine data disk, which you can see very clearly. Specific to that, you can see the code also. You're seeing a code, but this time you cannot copy this blindly. That is not possible, Tim. You need to apply your technique here, okay? All right, team. So what is the code exactly is talking about? Your data disk. That is important. See, this is resource group not required, virtual machine not, virtual network not required, subnet not required, network interface not required, virtual machine not required. If you go there and scroll down, Azure managed disk. Of course, I have the managed disk already. Why we need managed disk again? But there is one more which you are seeing called the data disk attachment. Okay, this is exactly the thing you are seeing. So managed disk means, sorry team, managed disk, I thought it's a OS disk, I read wrongly. So managed disk means which is managed by Azure. Okay, so what they are telling, what are the data disk we are trying to attach, that is a managed type. That's okay, fine. So meaning that these two sections are missing, especially in our today's configuration. If you want, I can prove that one. You just go to the virtual machine. What are the virtual machine you are playing so far? If you go there you can go for the main.tf. This is what your main.tf. You just come here, team. Let's go there and scroll down to the last. Okay, there you are seeing OS profile Linux config is the last one which you are seeing, meaning that that's the last attribute. Especially, see, I believe your OS profile Linux config is the last attribute which you are seeing. So below to that, you are seeing 2 more. Copy that. I'm just copying those 2, team. Once you copy, just go back here. Especially once you are here, just go there and just paste it. That's it, team. You don't need to do anything. Okay. Each and every resource, whatever the resource, each and every resource is a unique section only. So you don't need to worry at all. For example, I'm just closing this one, closing this one. If you go there and close the virtual machine type also, something like this. Okay. See, this is what exactly. So each and every section is different. All right. Now, what exactly the point I'm trying to highlight? There, virtual machine, Azure RM Manager disk, which you are seeing, Azure virtual machine data disk attachment you are seeing. Now, the point here is just open this first one which we copied. It is telling us something wrong here. It is referring some local variable, but we never used any kind of local variable. No, I never discussed with you also. We'll see local later. So for now, what is this local variable which you are not sure? That's why what exactly I'm doing. You can go there, you can blindly use your technique, whatever you are using, okay, var prefix, okay, that is exactly the value which you are controlling by using this value, right, tfemax. Scroll down, and you just come here. So what are the value you are saying? Just replace that one with the same, that's all. I have not changed anything. And another important one, double check one thing, location, okay. For the location, Azure resource group dot example dot location, is it correct or not? Just come here. Azure RM resource group dot example dot location, agree. Example dot name. Okay, those are the things exactly how that's correct only. No problem with that. And another one, I'm just going. This is attaching the data disk to the virtual machine. For that one, it is referring the managed disk ID, right? If you just come to the Azure RM managed disk dot example dot ID, this is what exactly I'm just looking for. Managed disk dot example dot ID. So meaning that here, the disk ID, virtual machine IDs are required because you need to attach a disk to that, right? That is why they refer managed disk and the virtual machine example.id. Now you may get a doubt here. Where is this ID is coming from? For example, if you go to the managed disk section, I don't see the ID attribute. If you go to the virtual machine section also, there, if you go to the virtual machine section also, there I don't see any ID attribute, right? But the ID will be referred once the resource got created. Automatically ID will be generated. Okay, ID will be generated. So that ID only these guys are using here. Okay, these guys are using. All right. So that's a common thing which you can follow from the documentation. You don't need to panic at all. Once you are done with this thing, now I'm just going for the Terraform plan. Submit the Terraform plan now. Now it is just telling us something is wrong. Okay. So now what exactly it is just telling? Okay. So it is telling manager resource Azure Virtual Machine example has not declared in the root module. Okay. What exactly? Azure Virtual Machine .example ID is the one exactly you are using here. Azure RM Virtual Machine. Can you please go there and double check, is it the correct name you are using or not? That is very important, team. Okay. These are the common issues when you are copying the content. Azure RM Virtual Machine .main. .main is the one. What this guy is using? This guy is using example. That's the difference. Okay. You need to use main because you copied a part of code, team. You should apply a little technique here. Please understand. Okay. This is the common thing only which you can take a look. All right. Now, once you are done, just apply the Terraform plan. Now, Terraform plan will tell you very clearly what was there already, what you are doing now. Okay, that difference it will list you, team. So that's the interesting one where the Terraform plan will display for you. See, now it is just telling 2 to add. Now tell me, team, generally in your main.tf, how many resources are there? Easily you can sense it. So if you go there to the resource section, just go there to the resource section, whatever the resource section you have, just go there to the resource section. All these are the resource sections which you are seeing. Almost total 7 resources are there, but it is displaying only 2 resources to add. You know why? Remaining 5 are already provisioned. How Terraform plan knows it got provisioned? Terraform plan will refer your state file. Your state file is clearly telling to the Terraform, hey, you already created the network interface, you already created the resource group, you already created the corresponding network interface and the corresponding OS disk, all those things, virtual network already there. Those things are already being referred. So that is exactly the thing you need to take a look. Okay, and your state file will tell that already. You don't need to refer anything here, not required, because this is Terraform plan job. Okay, you don't need to worry on this. No need to by heart anything. All right, once you are done, now I'm just going for the Terraform apply. Terraform apply is the one which will refer the virtual machine. Yes, the virtual machine is being created, it's already created. It will just refresh this time. It will not go there, it will not delete, it will not recreate. See, if you notice one thing, team, it is showing refreshing state. What exactly? Interface, resource group, resource group, virtual network, subnet, and the interface, virtual machine, all these went for the refreshing, means those are already there in the state file. So on top of it, these are under the create mode. Plus create means it's going to create. What exactly it's going to create? The manager disk and corresponding, and that is what exactly you are going to attach. You will create a disk and you will attach that disk to the VM. That's what you are doing here. Just give the confirmation. Yes, that's all. Now it will proceed and it will provision one disk, and that disk will be attached to the virtual machine also, team. That's the thing exactly. Right. Okay. So now you just go there, team. Just go back to the virtual machine. There you are seeing a virtual machine is there. Now I'm going to just refresh the screen. So there you can see another entry for the data. There you can see a new entry under the data disk. See, this is the data disk which you have. See, this is the disk exactly you provision also. And if you just click on this one, there if you go for the disk section, there you already created this one. See, this is what exactly you created. Okay, you created a disk and you attached that disk to the virtual machine. That's the thing exactly happens. See, all these things you are doing by using Terraform code. All right. Okay, destroy. We understand how to provision resources, right? But everything is in one file. And if something or someone wants to modify, they need to come and they need to modify this particular file. You tell me, team, for example, in your architecture, you may have a lot of resources, right? Of application gateway, friend door, keyword, database, virtual machine. If you keep everything in a single file, it's really very difficult to manage. Okay, very difficult. And if there is some change, again you need to double check what all the areas will be impacted as well. But that's not a proper framework. That's the thing exactly I'm trying to tell. Then generally, if you have some input variable where you are referring, for example, you can see something. See, this is a resource group and resource group name and location. Two things are here. Why don't you pass these two things from the variables file? Let's create one variables file called variables.tf. Variables.tf, okay, is the file exactly I'm just creating. This variables.tf is the one exactly will help you to just pass the variable string. So when it comes here, you just need to type variable space, and especially what is a variable name exactly you are trying to refer. For example, I want to refer resource underscore group underscore name, for example. This is a variable name only. You can give anything. And for this, I want to define the type, what type of variable it is. It's a string type variable. I'm just telling. Okay, you can describe that one very clearly. That's where exactly the description is talking about. So description is mainly talking about this is name of this is name of the resource group. Okay, this is name of the resource group. This is for our better understanding. Okay, resource group. So when someone comes and modifying, he will easily understand what is this variable. He can read the description. And if you want, you can pass some default value also. Okay, you can pass some default value. Here I'm just passing here Southeast Asia, for example, Southeast Asia. Okay, so this particular thing is resource group name. It's not location name. Okay, I'm just creating the resource group name as rg-some 4322. Okay, that's fine. If I want to create same thing for location, the concept is same. You just go there and just duplicate that one, and instead of the resource group, just talk about location. And coming to the location, type is string only. Their description, this is name of the location. You can just define this one as the name of the location. And there comes for the location, you need to pass the exact value. Yes, I'm just passing the exact value as Southeast Asia. Okay, something like that you can talk about. Okay, so in this way, you can still pass your things, what are the values you are just trying to play. For example, I will take one more, maybe I'll show one integer also how you can make use of the integer. For example, you can double check that one, or maybe for example in the data disk, where is the data disk? I think this is what your data disk, right? Yeah, under the data disk, there you are seeing disk size in GB is 10. So this is an integer actually. You can play this particular value also. You just go to the variable section. Under the variable section, I'm just coming here. I'm just pasting, going here. There I'm just talking about I'm just giving some name for the variable. Okay, I'm just copying disk size. Okay, this is the thing exactly I'm just giving. Copy that, and you just talk about this is the size of the disk. Okay, this is the size of the disk. You just talk about this is the size, and whatever the disk size you are saying, right, team, just copy that. You just pass that value from here. So I'm just giving the value as 10. Okay, I'm just saying, but you should tell this one as a number. It's not a string, it's a number or something like that. You can tell them. All right, so you can deal in this case. Okay, all right, so I just showed you only the string and number. Slowly you will understand further things also with respect to our examples. Don't worry. All right, now let's go there how we can call these things. That's the next interesting one. Now you go back. I'm just keeping this one variables on the one side, okay, and your main.tf on another side, okay, something like this. And just going top, okay, just go top, and there you can see firstly resource group name exactly you're talking about a lot actually. So to refer this one team, from now onwards, I don't want to keep any kind of variable, this particular default. I'm removing this one, not required, because we are using separate variables, no. And you just come here is the one exactly you can talk about. I'm just removing this one, and you can talk about where dot see. It is recommending. That's an advantage in installing the extension, Terraform extension team. Click this one, and if you come here, there you can see where dot location or something like that. See, this is referring the values which I'm passing from here. Okay, and see, it got break actually because the things are not as expected, right? I think it's been modified. I think you need to take a look here. For example, because you deleted that particular value, that is the reason exactly. Maybe something I just want to pass a prefix also. Okay, just come here. I'm just keeping this variable. I'm just passing a value called prefix. Okay, prefix is the one value which I'm passing as a string, and I'm just passing this particular thing as a demo. Okay, so the value as a underscore it's exactly the demo. Okay, and this is the prefix. Okay, not the size. This is the prefix for all resources, so something like that. Okay, prefix or something like that. Okay, so what exactly the thing? I believe whatever the value you just read, right, team? So especially I think you got something. So what exactly the thing which you need to read? So where dot, the prefix is the one which you can see, or something like that. Okay, or something like that you can see, and you can pass, and it is just okay. Sorry, because I believe you are keeping two things inside, so you just keep this particular thing for now. You can see the regular expression things bit later. I'm just keeping this particular prefix, and this is the virtual network name. This is a virtual network name. If you want to control this one as a network name, I'm just controlling with this one with the network name. Network name. If you want to still control the network name, I'm just giving the demo-vnet. And remember one thing, it's going to create a new virtual network. Okay, new virtual network with this name, team. Okay, that's the thing exactly it will create. I'm just removing this particular section. So whatever the dependency is there so far, I'm just taking out. I'm removing this section, and followed by the next another one also. There is one more dependency. I'm removing this particular thing also. I'm just taking this one also out. Okay, all right. So I just removed the dependency, and I passed few values, especially on the resource group name and the network name, and you can pass the VM names and all remaining things also. That is also fine. So once you are done, now our next immediate goal here is, team, you just need to check whether the values are really passing through or not. So that's the next important thing, right? You need to double check that one. Okay. So while checking that particular part, team, just give me a second. While checking that particular part, where exactly it is referring, is it referring somewhere? Yes. So that's why I think it is showing me in red. Here on top it is showing me in red. That's where exactly we identified. Alright. So now what exactly you need to do, you just go there and Terraform plan as usual. Now Terraform plan will populate those values from variables to the Terraform files. That is the thing you can see now, team. Okay, so now it is telling Southeast Asia is not being found. I think list of Azure supported regions. Okay, let me just identify that one. See, this is what exactly I need to pass. Okay, I passed wrongly the location name because that's a keyword, right? That's a keyword in Azure. You cannot pass whatever you like, because that's another drop down selection, especially when you are provisioning in Azure cloud. Usually it will refer the same value. Okay, just paste that one and just pass one more time. Terraform plan. Now it should show you the populated values, and correspondingly it should pass those things to your Terraform script. Okay, all right. For example, I will just double check. For example, if you go to on top of this particular, see, Azure resource group is the one. See, these two things being passed. That's the thing exactly I just want to verify. Now, if you go there and if you attempt for the Terraform apply, the same thing will go there and will be provisioned. So that's a common thing only. So in this way, you can use variables.tf. But ultimately, you tell me one thing, team. Okay, I'm going to give you a scenario for you. For example, this is main.tf, this is variables.tf. Okay, fine. In real time, what exactly the thing you understand here? What are the resources you have at the moment? I think for all the resources, you will try to manage in this particular single file. You will pass everything from here. Okay. So this is a common thing. If, for example, if you are dealing with a single environment, that's okay, team. But you may have dev environment, SIT environment, pre-prod environment, and production environment, or something like that, right? So that is where the TF-VARs are really helping you. TF-VARs. Okay, the next important thing is TF-VARs. The TF-VARs are really helping you just to make sure you have the different environments and you can control that one really easy. For example, under the same folder, I'm just creating another one called dev.tf-vars. Okay, so this is the another one which I'm just trying to create in. I will tell you the advantage also with this one. Okay, dev.tf-vars. The advantage with the dev.tf-vars here is, if the same thing, what are the thing you are saying, let me fill first so that you will have a solid understanding. Okay, just give me a second. So first I'm just differentiating my variables. So what are the things I defined under the variables? I'm just taking those things here. For example, resource group name I'm just taking. Okay, and what is the resource group name exactly you're passing to? I'm passing the resource group name as this particular value, rg-4322. Sorry, rg-4322. Please copy that. Okay, and just paste out there, and just next one. So what is that? Next one is the location. Okay, I'm just going for the location, and under this double quotes, okay, there you can see the Southeast Asia. You just come here. So just sorry, you just come here, Southeast Asia. I'm just copying the Southeast Asia. I just paste it here. So what is the next one, team? Next one is the disk size, which you are passing also here. I'm just coming to the disk size. What is the disk size you are seeing here, team? 10 you are seeing. Okay. So now next one is the network name. Okay, these were the next value which you are passing, and this is nothing but demo-vnet is the one exactly which you are passing. Okay, that's really cool. So now this is really good, team. So now what exactly the thing you are doing? The TFS which you generated. Now tell me, team, this is your dev environment. For example, if you want to go for the SIT environment, then what you will do? You will go and just copy this one and just rename this particular thing. Rename this particular value section, just saying that okay, this is not dev, this is sit.tfs. If you want to go for some other environment, you can open this particular thing again. You can go here, just rename this particular part. It's just saying that a pre-prod, okay, something like that, right, team? So now ultimately my conclusion, what exactly the thing I'm highlighting. Maybe if you go for the SIT, you will go for the SIT-RG, that's a resource group you will refer. Southeast Asia, maybe the disk size, maybe you will use something more, maybe some 20 or something like that. Okay, maybe. And the network name also, of course, the network name is different. Demo-SIT-VNet maybe you are using. See, the values are getting varied from environment to environment. But my code is same. My code is same, but values only the thing I'm just modifying as well from these particular variables TFS. So the TFS are really helpful for you to control the values across the environment. Okay, you can control that one. That's the advantage with the TFS. Okay, now for example, if I want to go for an execution, I want to pass dev.tfs or sit.tfs or pre-prod.tfs. How? That is the next thing, right? As usual, you know one thing, so far you did really well. Now I'm just going for the Terraform plan. Terraform plan, you know one thing, when you apply the Terraform plan, it will refer only variables.tf, team. This one refer, but you need to tell to refer the dev.tfs. This is what your goal. This is what your goal, right? Your goal is not to refer only variables. You need to refer on top of it dev.tfs. How to refer that? So you just come here, just give the Terraform plan, and finally -var -file. You just go there. You can give that particular file name called dev.tfs. Okay, dev.tfs. Okay, something like that. If you give the dev.tfs, so now you know what exactly the thing will happen. It will refer the dev.tfs and it will generate the plan based upon the values which are present in the TFS. Okay, for a change, I'm going to change in the dev.tfs or something like that. rg-dev-4322, and the network name also I'm just giving dev-vnet, and the disk size also I'm just giving 20 or something like that. Okay, then it will tell very clearly it's a dev related values. Okay, now you just go there for go for an attempt. Now it will refer this particular value stream. See, ultimately this command will overwrite the values which you are passing specially from the variable stream. So that's the thing exactly the command will do. It will overwrite the values which are present in the variables.tf. Okay, now you just go back to your resource group section. For example, sorry, I think I crossed it already. Just a second. Yeah, here is the one exactly you can sense it. Okay, there you just go there. I'm just going for the one of the interesting ones so that you see. Now you are seeing the resource group name is rg-dev-4322. So for example, if you want to execute in real time you may need to execute to something. For example, you want to provision for SIT. Simple, you change SIT, that's all. Just hit enter, automatically SIT values will be picked up. Now if you want to go for the pre-prod, just pass the pre-prod. If you want to go for the production, use the pre-production. That's where exactly you can pass the variables by using -var -file. Okay, that is exactly the advantage you will get by using the TFS team. Okay, TFS. So that's one of the things you need to keep in your mind. Alright team, thank you for the session. See you in the next part.